51 years ago, the Supreme Court made a landmark decision that saw abortion as a constitutionally protected right across the United States for decades. A year and a half ago, a new generation of justices overturned it. Since then, every single state has moved to either protect abortion access or block it. Some of those fights are still playing out, including in ballot initiatives voters will see in November. The Biden-Harris campaign hopes the issue will drive people to the polls in November. And here's Nancy Cordes, CBS News chief White House correspondent, with a report.
How dare he!
The Biden-Harris campaign kicked into high gear today, going after Donald Trump on the issue of abortion in op-eds and ads around the country.
In Texas, you are forced to carry that pregnancy.
The goal? To tie the recent rollback in reproductive rights directly to the GOP frontrunner.
We did the Roe v. Wade thing, which they've been trying to get it done.
Since Roe v. Wade was overturned 19 months ago, 21 states have established full or partial abortion bans. The issue has galvanized voters on the left who have turned out to protect abortion rights in 7 states so far. Come this November, the issue will be on the ballot in up to 9 more states, including battlegrounds like Arizona and Nevada.
People have made it really clear that they want this right to be restored.
Jennifer Klein leads the abortion policy effort at the White House.
You've got folks on the other side who are really quite clear that if they could pass a national abortion ban, they would do so.
Do you want to see a national ban on abortion?
At the March for Life in Washington Friday, most people we spoke to said yes.
Yeah, I absolutely do believe that.
Not just in your state, but across the country.
Yes, everywhere. I want to see them outlaw abortion.
But so far, the GOP frontrunner hasn't committed to a national ban.
I'm not going to say I would or I wouldn't.
Here's why he's cautious. Polls show 2/3 of all voters oppose it.
And Nancy Cordes joins me now from the White House. Nancy, a two-part first question. What abortion-related measures is the Biden administration supporting with respect to specific policy? And then give me your sense of the politics as the White House sees it on the issue of abortion in this presidential year.
Well, John, they are actually inextricably linked, the first and second parts of that question, because the challenge for the White House is that there isn't that much that they themselves can do on a federal level. They can tinker around the edges. They can make sure that contraceptives, for example, are made more widely available to federal employees. They can make sure to weigh in on cases that are moving through the federal court system, such as the big case right now before the Supreme Court that has to do with abortion contraceptives. But beyond that, all of the action is taking place at the state level. And so they are encouraging Democratic lawmakers at the state level to push legislation. They're obviously trying to get ballot initiatives on the ballot in November in as many places as possible because it's so proven to boost Democratic turnout, which is something that they very dearly want in November.
Yes. So tell me about those abortion ballot initiatives. There are protecting abortion rights, even in Republican stronghold states like Kansas and Ohio. Those referenda have been successful. So what is you mentioned the White House is trying to get these on the ballot. What's the state of play? And is that where a lot of the Democratic energy is going into 2024 in terms of turning out their base in a year where there's been some softness in polling with respect to opinions about the president?
So the process is a little different in every state. You have to get, for example, in many states, a certain number of signatures to get an initiative on the ballot. Sometimes you have to get the wording of the initiative signed off by local judges, by the local Secretary of State. And so in the 9 states where abortion rights groups are working on this, at least 9, they're in various stages of getting approval for these initiatives. And the list of states is really interesting because you've got states like Arizona and Nevada that are going to be huge battlegrounds come November, where if you've just got, 4 or 5% more Democrats and more independents, even who believe in abortion rights, making sure to come out to the polls to vote at a time where they otherwise wouldn't, that could mean the difference. And that is why this has become such a huge focus for Democratic groups.
Indeed. Nancy Cordes for us at the White House. Thanks so much, Nancy.
You're welcome, John.